Hey guys, I've always liked a little prestidigitation. The common term for it is magic, but really it's just illusions, a trick, something that looks real but really isn't. And your mind is like confused, like how did he do that? How did he do that? But I don't know. It's like he took two complete opposites and stuck them together, and for somehow it worked for him. Take this quarter, for instance. Looks real enough, acts real enough. All right, and you take it and you twirl it through your fingers, and then you go and you put it in this hand right here, and you give it that patented squeeze, and voila, you have a quart. A quarter? I tricked you, didn't I? I bet you thought it was going to disappear. Right. I can make a quarter disappear. That's not really all that hard. You just take it and you put it in this pocket. You go poof, give it a little wave, and can't see it anymore, can you? Because I made it disappear from your sight. Magicians have been making quarters disappear and things disappear for centuries. It's harder to make things reappear. Take this, or maybe just appear from nowhere. Take this quarter, for instance. I bet you didn't see it there, did you? It was just hanging right there in midair, and I bet you completely missed it. Still don't see it? Really? Sometimes you got to do something with these invisible air quarters. You just put it in your hand and you give it that patented squeeze, and voila, you have a quarter out of nowhere. Now, how do you reconcile it when two things are put together that don't make sense? A solid quarter coming out of thin air, it must be a trick, but how is it done? Sometimes Jesus seems to pull this on us. He likes to sometimes put two things together that don't really seem to make sense to us. Take, for instance, Matthew chapter 10, verses 38 and 39. And he says, and whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. And he says, whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Now remember that on Sunday we talked about life. We talked about how Jesus came back to life and on Easter, and he defeated death, and now he offers this new life to us. And that we have to hear his word, and we have to choose to follow him. We have to die to ourselves and walk with Jesus, who is the life. He says, I am the resurrection and the life. And today I wanted to talk a little bit more about this idea of dying to ourselves. Now, first off, I wanted to make sure you really understood about this is like a spiritual death. The Bible never condones suicide. In fact, it condemns it as an act of hopeless murder, an action of death and not life. So what does Jesus mean when he talks about whoever loses his life for my sake will find it? Jesus is talking about letting go of our wants and our needs and our focus on ourselves and putting those off to the wayside. And he encourages us, like in Matthew 7, where he says, hey, don't worry about where your clothes come from, where your food comes from, because you don't have to worry about those things. God will take care of them. If we just let go of our own self-desires and follow after him, God will provide for us. He's reminding us that our real life and need is not any of these physical things that we could have in this world. They are temporary and will soon fade away and pass into non-existence. And if we focus on them, we're going to find that in the end, when we're faced with the very real spiritual world that waits for us beyond death, we'll find death there, not life. And in fact, even in this world, even here on earth, if we focus on these physical things that we could have, the next big thing, and all these comforts and everything that we can focus on, money and all of those things, even here on earth, we'll find that this physical life we pursue will just end up draining us and making us continually feel empty and dissatisfied. And so let's let go of the physical things of this world, this life, this self-centeredness, so that we can live abundantly and spiritually, find that life that Jesus was talking about.